We're live. Welcome to Hack Shack Studios. RT Bear here, almost 40-year veteran of this wild and wacky industry that we know and love called comic books. How is everyone out there? I'm going to move my mic closer. Can you hear me? Yes. Oh, shoot. I didn't set my camera settings. We're going in and out of focus here. I knew there would be something I would forget. I always forget something. Always something. So I hope everyone's doing good. I hope you guys are enjoying your summer. I hope you had a moment of freedom in this country without your masks and without the threat of COVID. I think everything's going crazy again. So I hope you guys got out, enjoyed your freedom. Here in Texas, people are still some people are wearing the mask, but not everybody, not a lot actually. So to be honest, I don't know how much good it does anyways. I hear that masks, like conventional, just normal masks, don't do any good anyway. So I hope I'm not spreading any misinformation, but I've heard this from credible sources. I guess there are like medical grade masks that will keep the virus out, but the ones that most people wear do not. So who knows? I wish we could just kind of drop some of that stuff and just kind of start living our lives again. But it is what it is. So we got a sign of life. First one in, Joe Bernardo. What's up? Aloha. We got Matt Cisco. Sup. Sup. The sky is sup. The real Steve Dye. Art. I'm here. It's like when you're a receiver in football and you go out and you go long. I'm here. You wave your hand. Throw me the ball. I'm open. Mr. Von Stugel, listen to the bandmade. Howdy, Art. Howdy, Mr. Von Stugel. Steven Rockwood. Ooh, cool last name. Anything with rock in it, I think is cool. I knew a friend. His name was actually Joe Rock in high school, and I was like, man. And then they had a sign out in front of their house. You know, sometimes you have your family name out in front of your house, and it was just the Rocks. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. I don't know why it's cool. I just think it's cool. Lugnuts 6. Hey, yeah, Art. We have Joe M. Sontag appreciating comic book art. Hell, Mr. T Bear, Mr. T. Hey, we got Eric Hammond. Well, it looks like we got a full house so far. Yeah, we're gonna do a hacks chat. We got Peter Gilmore on the show. Oh man, I didn't grab the artwork for Peter Gilmore. Did like a caricature of me. I should see if I can find it and grab it before he gets in here. Yeah, he's got a new book called Jack the Ripper Vampire Hunter, which looks freaking killer. And it's doing really well, too. So that's pretty cool. So let me find this artwork. I am searching. I have it on my desktop, and I have a million different things on my desktop. There it is. Cool. Yeah, I was really flattered that he did this. It's really a great cartoon. So we got Kevin Thompson. What's up? Hey. We've come to snuff the rooster. Yeah, so I got my link copied, but before I bring in the great Peter Gilmore, I want to get you guys to come over and sign up for the Black and White pre-launch. Yes, this is the Black and White pre-launch. Pamela the other day said we are only 30 signatures away or signups away from hitting our goal. I had a goal in mind, a number. It was pretty high, so I was aiming high, and you guys are delivering. So you guys are going to hit this. So I'm pretty sure before we go live on Black and White Volume 2, Man vs. Machine, we will have enough signatures to, I don't know, it's a confidence thing, you guys. It's like if we have so many X amount of signatures, I feel confident that we'll do will do well out of the gun. And that's pretty important with these things. You gotta show up some, throw up some big numbers early on. So all it takes is your email address. It's really, really quick, and you get a free trading card with backing and exclusives, early bird specials. You'll have access to before anybody else. So the idea here is that you get the notification before anybody else. So if you like to be treated a little bit special, sign up now. Get this free trading card and have access to those exclusives and early bird specials, because they will sell out really, really quickly. I'm fairly confident with that. So here we go. Here's the video. Sign up now. Indiegogo. Man, that thing always gets my adrenaline pumping. So yes, you guys, come by, sign up. Here's the artwork for the free trading card. And we're like 30 signatures away. We are going to be launching probably after the second week. I wanted to launch before Aaron Lepresti's Wrath of God, but I might do it afterwards. I just want to try to space things out for you guys a little bit. So yeah, we got that. So come by. The link is in the description. And also, we're going to do an auction. Ethan Van Sciver does a CG auction once every quarter, I think. So every 3 months. And I think what I'm going to sell or make available for the auction are just like little thumbnails. So these are like little doodles that I do to work figures out, like just quick little ideas. And then I light box these down for the actual board. This is an idea for a cover. So this is Uncle Yi and Brooks Gray. So Uncle Yi is, he's arming himself with a baseball bat. He's going to swing away. And yeah, so I think I'm going to do like little thumbnails and little doodles. So if you guys like to see behind the scenes artwork, work in progress stuff, I'm going to make those available for you guys for the auction. I'll probably have at least one finished DC page as well. I like to show off some of my DC work. So let me go here, invite. Let's get Peter in here. And then we can show off Jack the Ripper Vampire Hunter. It looks great. It looks great. So while we're waiting for Peter to get in here, you guys can go sign up for that black and white pre-launch. And we're gonna kick some ass, man. Wicked cool indeed. Saint Ravage, the black and white pre-launch link isn't working. Oh, shite. I don't know how I can fix that from here. You know what I'll do, you guys? I'll grab it and I'll put it in the chat. I can do that. Thanks for the heads up, man. So here is the link for the black and white pre-launch. Thanks, Saint Ravage. Yeah, so yeah, just click on that one in the link and you guys can sign up. Let's do this. Here we are. Peter Gilmore, what's up?
Oh, good. Oh, good. I wasn't picking my nose or anything.
It happens. Don't worry. You know, all of us at some time, there's something embarrassing that we've thrown out there on YouTube Live. Yeah.
Oh, I've just noticed I've got green on my shirt, so oh well, never mind.
You got green?
Green on the shirt, so it's see through.
Oh, I see. Because of the backdrop. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
well.
The green screen. Yeah. Well, you got a transparency on your chest, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. So how you been, man?
Oh, good man. Oh, good. Busy. Really,
Oh
really
yeah,
busy.
man. How many campaigns do you have under your belt now?
This is number 5, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Why
So
don't you
no.
throw out?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you throw out some of the titles so people, if they don't know you by name or by face, I'm sure they'll know your
Oh,
the
wow.
titles
Right.
you've worked on.
So yeah, we did. First one I did was with Umbrella Guy. That was the Case of the Littlest Umbrella. I did the backup stories and the ash can and designed the character.
Sweet.
um, and then it's been a long 3 years. Then it was Rocket Gal, I think. Rocket Gal and the Mole Men of Mars. We did that.
And you did Wart's. What is
Yeah.
it? Wizard the Wart
Yeah,
or
what?
Wart the Wizard?
Yeah, Wart the Wizard and
Pirate Queen.
no, that was Clint Olinsky, Pirate Queen.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's on your page here. So that was Mandy wrote that,
Mandy.
right?
Yeah, Mandy
Yeah,
wrote that. Yeah.
but you did the art for Super Dead though, right?
Oh, Super Dead was me. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, Super Dead and then Wart the Wizard 1 and 2.
yeah. And all the styles are fairly unique from each other,
Yeah.
which is fantastic. I'll tell you right now, Peter. Behind the scenes, all the artists in Comicsgate, they were like, "Whoa, Peter can freaking draw!" Like this new book. This new book, like they were like, it's funny because you do cartoon style. I've done cartoon style too, and there's a
Mm-hmm.
select few people that go, "That's really good," right? But not
Mm-hmm.
most. Like it's so weird how people are like if you can draw realistic, then you're a good artist, right? That's usually how people equate good art. And so
Uh-huh.
now you're drawing in more of a realistic style for the Vampire Hunter book, the
Yeah.
Jack the Ripper book, and everybody's like, "Holy shit, man! Peter can draw."
Yeah. Ethan was talking to me about it, and he was saying, "Like, you do cartoony stuff. This is you." And yeah, that's just. He's like, "How?" It's not just how I draw. That's like this Jack the Ripper. This is my kind of style, my natural. What I do. This
Right,
kind of
right.
stuff. Yeah.
That's great.
Just
The Gothic thing really fits the style that you're working in. All that scroll work, like the frame, like right behind you, that
yeah.
frame.
Oh, that was a pain to
Did you
draw.
draw all that scroll stuff?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Holy shit! Because you got that T-shirt too. We'll show the campaign,
Yeah.
but the T-shirt and the campaign, the design work and everything looks incredible on that as well. So I do want to show this because it's on my desktop and it's an image that you drew. Yeah, it's I still love it, man.
Yeah.
It's this right here.
Kiss Army, brother. Kiss Army.
Yeah, the Gibbs Army. What inspired the? Is that my thumb or is that a finger point?
That's a finger point. I
That's
can't
a
remember.
finger point.
Oh, yeah. It was because it was on the thumbnail when you came onto Mandy's channel.
Okay.
So like I got Mandy was like all sexy over on one side, and you were just like pointing at her on the other side. So finger.
Yeah, I got a little junk in the trunk, actually in the front and back.
Yeah. Well,
I like the finger of accusation. It's like, hey, man, listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't judge me. I'm in the Kiss Army. Look at it's so perfect, man.
Instead of the full kiss makeup, it's like an ink splat.
And this is the face. Yeah, this is the face I always make when I first get on a live stream because I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know that feeling.
I'm like, what? Yeah. So here's the. Well, I guess I got 3 bulges. I got the tummy bulge. I got the front and the back, the hiney bulge. Yeah, this is perfect, man. I will. this is going in my my memory. I have artwork that I kind of stash away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just for me. Like when I'm dead and gone, people look at it and go, "What the hell was that all about?" But it's all for me. Yeah. So let me know a little bit about the behind the scenes making of Jack the Ripper Vampire Hunter, and then we'll share the campaign.
Well, I hate saying this part because this sounds kind of egotistical, but it's not meant to be. I really love Bernie Wrightson, and I always wanted to do my version. I wanted to do my Frankenstein. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Oh,
I'm not saying I'm anything like him.
I mean, ever since I saw that one illustration of the lab, with the doctor and Frankenstein there, I was hooked. Yeah, but it was weird because unlike me, you actually had the cojones to go, I'm going to try this. I was just like, no, I'm out. Like, I'm not even going to venture forth on this. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm crazy but yeah, I mean, the detail that's going into this is I'm doing stuff where in the background, if there's a glass bottle, you're going to get the reflection of the window and the character, and it's all going to be reflected in the bottle in the background that no one's ever going to see unless they stop and look at a page, with a magnifying glass. But I know it's there.
Right. Is the book going to be in black and white? Because all the artwork I've seen, good. It needs to be in black and white. I was going to recommend. Yeah. So then you'll have a chance to see all the detail. Sometimes when color goes over, pen work or brush work, you can't see it anymore. Yeah.
Well, I did color one page just to see. I knew it was never going to happen, but I just wanted to see. And no, straight away it took me like 2 days to color the damn thing.
Yeah, it's the time. It's time consuming, and also I think with the style that you're working with for this book, black and white is the way to go. And I think at some point in my career, my CG career, I'm going to do something like that. Some gray tones. Some washes. I just have to take advantage of it because I could never really do that in the mainstream when I was working at Marvel DC. So here, I think there's a group of people that will support it, which is nice.
I mean, can you see DC wanting to do something like that?
No.
Which it's crazy. It's
Uh-oh. Peter froze. Yeah, so I want to know too, Peter, like what inspired the whole story and the style of the artwork. So hopefully we can get Peter back in here. He's frozen. I wonder if I think that's on his end. I was going to hit refresh here. Hey, Peter, why don't you bow out and then come back in, and maybe we'll get a better connection that way. And in the meantime, I'm going to go in the chat. Oh, cool. Thank you, Saint. I appreciate it. Signed up for the mailing list and tweeted the link. Yeah, and if everybody else could do that, that would be great, man. It's good to at least have options. So even if you don't back the book right away, come into the black and white campaign right away, you can still get that trading card with the backing. So it doesn't matter if you're, 3 weeks into it, you can still get that card. So I think it's better just to, that's what I do. Even if I'm not sure if I'm going to back the campaign or not, I always sign up for the mailing list because that way, at least if there's anything that I can take advantage of and I do back it, I can get it. And I do like that. Wyatt Holiday says, what's happening, everyone? And then he says, haha, I remember that from the first time Art was in with us. Yeah, it's the deer in the headlights. All right, let's see if this works.
Wow.
Yes.
That's never happened before. Literally, the blue screen of death. Computers, you get a blue screen, it says Windows is screwed. Just did that. First time it's ever done that. Weird.
Yeah. It happens, man. So I don't know if you heard, but I asked what was the inspiration for the story, and then what was the inspiration for the style that you chose?
The story was, well, like I say, I always wanted to do like a kind of a Frankenstein kind of thing. So I've been looking for a while for a story or something just that I could do. I didn't want to do, obviously, doing Frankenstein would be completely silly. Anybody who does Frankenstein from here on in is just going to get compared to Wrightson. So no one's going to do it. I thought about Dracula, and then I saw that a bunch of other people were doing like Dracula and whatnot. So there was a thing when I was a kid, the thing called the Highgate Vampire. And it was on the news, in newspapers and everything. In the 70s, this was 70s and 80s. There was a vampire at Highgate Cemetery in London. Believe it or not. Yeah, whole news articles about it, and there was vampire hunters. Thousands of people flocked there to hunt vampires. Crazy. Just this weird thing happened in London for some reason.
It was just an excuse to kill a bunch of innocent people.
Well, I mean, people ended up going, going in front of the magistrates, going to court and stuff because they were going in and putting stakes through, opening the tombs and staking the corpses and stuff.
Oh, the corpses! They weren't killing like.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
And one of the because there was a weird occult society that were like organizing these vampire hunts. These were, they believed in it all. These were, and the head guy got taken to court, and the judge at his trial was his name. The judge's name was Christopher Lee, like as in Dracula.
Coincidence?
Woo! Yeah, spooky. So yeah, I heard about that when I was a kid. Saw it on the news and whatever, and it was always in the back of my mind. So I thought, there we go. I'll do a story about the Highgate Vampire. So I did some research, and I was researching Highgate Cemetery, which is like a really famous cemetery in London. There's a lot of famous people buried there, including Karl Marx.
For some reason.
Yeah, lots of famous people, lots of like politicians, whatever, all buried in this exclusive kind of graveyard. And the first person to be buried there was a woman called Elizabeth Jackson. Nobody knows anything about her. A gravestone so weather worn that you can make out where she was born, and that's about it. So I googled her, trying to find out more about her, and it kept coming up with one of the potential Ripper victims from 50 years later, called Elizabeth Jackson. So same name. So I put two and two together. The one from yeah, she's clearly a vampire. She's lived this long. She died, and now she's back alive again. She's died again. So I'm just like, clearly a vampire. And she was a Ripper victim, so therefore Jack the Ripper was a vampire hunter. And that's where it came from.
It's perfect. And I don't know, I haven't read the story. I think I understand the premise, but so Jack the Ripper is kind of a hero in this story.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the good guy. All these so this Highgate Vampire, he's been kicking around for thousands of years. And every now and then in our kind of universe, the vampires have to rest, rejuvenate, not just sleep over in the daytime. They have to like take 100 years or 50 years or whatever to really hibernate, sort of thing. So he needs to do that. So he needs protection while he's sleeping. So who better to patrol the night streets of London than prostitutes? They don't really get noticed. So he sires, that's what they call it, and he goes around and chomps on all these prostitutes so that they can protect his.
So they're his security. They're his
basically, yeah,
security.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a great idea, man.
And then so Jack now has to. He's got to get his way through all these ranks of like super hot female vampires to try and get to the Highgate Vampire before he gets his full amount of sleep or whatever. If he can wake him up early, he stands a chance because he's weak. So It's a race against time. So Jack can get and kill the main dude.
So what's Jack the Ripper's inspiration to be the hero in this story?
I can't tell you that.
Okay. Well, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, that's a a thing. Yeah, no, we can't say that just yet.
Hey,
But it's cool. It's cool.
everything that you said so far is very, very cool. And you guys, we are going to show the campaign, but I want to ask you this question. We're both older. I'm probably older guys. I'm probably older than you. But there was, I think it was a BBC series, and it was a Frankenstein series. And this was when I was a kid. This was years and years ago. So the idea was, so it's a little bit of a twist on the Frankenstein, the Mary Shelley story. But I never read the original Mary Shelley story. All I really know is of like the Universal monster stuff, you know, where he was cutting up, like Victor was cutting up cadavers and gluing them all together, and then electricity and stuff like that. But in this version, it was a good looking guy, like it was like a man about town kind of thing. So it's almost kind of like they sort of did it in Young Frankenstein, but he was still like a Frankenstein monster, but he was kind of a high society guy. So Victor created the original Frankenstein, wasn't a cadaver. He was a good looking dude. But what ended up happening is it was degenerative. So he could only animate this thing for so long. And then the skin started rotting and it started becoming a corpse. And so I always thought that was almost a better way to explain the monster than just he is a monster from the get-go.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's like this big cranium. I mean, it's a great design. Don't get me wrong. I love that stuff. But I mean, from a more realistic point of view, I thought it was cool. And so he also doesn't start off as a monster. He starts off as this decent guy, right? High society. Victor introduces him to all his friends and stuff. And then we get to see when he disintegrates, when he starts decaying, he starts becoming more monstrous. You know what I mean? Because people are turning on him. Society isn't loving him anymore and all those things. Do you remember that series?
I've very likely I've seen a lot of Frankenstein adaptations, but what you're describing there, that's kind of more like the book.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
In the book, he's tried to make the perfect man, and he kind of is, but everything's a little bit off. So the skin's a bit too translucent, and you know the eye sags a little too much. Just little things. Yeah. And he's not a malicious character at all, the monster.
I don't think he ever really was, like in all the incarnations, but it's one thing starting off as a monster. I get it's quicker storytelling too, you know what I mean? Like if you want to get in and out like in an hour or two, you know, he starts off as a monster, but he's totally misunderstood, you know, because his heart isn't a monster. He just looks like a monster. So
this is it.
Yeah.
Like in the Universal version with the little girl. And it's like, he just wants to play with a little girl. You can see if she floats like the flowers do. No, she doesn't.
You're evil. Yeah. So I think it was a BBC, if I'm not mistaken, kind of, you know, they would do those series, like six episodes or something like that. And so they could tell like long form storytelling. So like, you know, six episodes an hour.
Wish they still did that, but they don't. They
tried.
They did one not too long ago, maybe last year or the year before, Dracula. But this is current year BBC. So Van Helsing was a nun, a woman, and then weirdly halfway through, time jumped to the future, to the present day, and Dracula was still around and. Oh, it got the wokery. No.
It already sounds, it's funny because on my channel, I started thinking like, you know, with the He-Man stuff that's going on, the cartoon and things. And I'm like, these are cliches now, like turning the male hero female. These are cliches. Like Hollywood's already played that card to death. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like it's all the woke stuff aside, it is now just a cliche.
This is it. Plus, I mean, comics have been doing stuff like that for years, just as a what if, you know, and things like that. So it's not like it's nothing new. We've seen it before. Just make new stuff. Just stop.
But these geniuses are going up to these networks and going, okay, Ghostbusters, but they're all women.
Yeah.
Go
To be
with it.
fair, though, thinking about Jack the Ripper, Buddy's a Vampire Hunter, I'm doing it myself. But it's good. It's good.
Well, wait. So what are you doing? I mean, you're just turning the. What are you doing? So the vampire is a woman. What do you say?
Oh, in the Jack the Ripper thing. All the prostitutes are the vampires. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're tying into the mythology. I mean,
Yeah.
Ripper. I mean, you're just giving a reason now, like a brilliant.
True. This is true. It's
for
not
him
just
to kill the prostitutes, which I think is genius. Instead of just preying on the poor prostitutes. Now he's saying they're evil.
I even when I was because I did a lot of research and stuff, a heck of a lot, and so I did all this research, put a bunch of stuff together to give to Mandy. So while she was writing it, she needed little bits and pieces. She can just grab what she wants. So I even I was explaining how, because obviously Jack the Ripper, he did all the surgical stuff on the bodies, on the women. So I'm like, right. So when a vampire infects them, there's a gland inside. So that's why he's cutting them open, because he needs to get this gland out so they can't regenerate later or whatever, Dracula style.
It's great.
Stuff like that. I mean, just a lot of it was like 10 books worth of stuff. So it's not all going to be in, this one. But.
Right. But you know what? Like, writing for me is just asking questions, right? That's where the fun is. So you just why is this way? And then when you come up with that answer, then you're like, there's the story. Now we're creating a character. Now we're creating a story. When you can start answering those questions. And that's it used to, when I first started writing, it used to annoy me because I was like, I already have my story. So then I asked the stupid question, then everything goes off on this tangent, right? And then it gets like, I thought I was done. But now I enjoy it because I know that the story is going to be better as soon as you ask the why, why this, why that. And then, when you can answer it in a satisfactory way, then you're like, yeah, now we're on to something. So let's share the campaign here, and people can see some of your artwork too. Really, it feels like you've been holding out on us, Peter.
That's exactly what Ethan said to me.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. Here's this is the color that you were talking about that you did.
No, well, this is just one of the covers. We wanted, because the cover above that one that's kind of the normal cover, and it's blatantly like nod to Wrightson's Frankenstein.
Oh, okay. So this is the main cover.
That's the main cover, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought this was like an advertisement.
No, I mean, if you remember the cover of Frankenstein Alive, it had that kind of. So I was like, yeah, I'll just give a little nod to that there.
Oh, that's
before the art inside isn't anywhere near as good as Bernie's.
Right. Look at this.
So yeah, we did a color cover, and then this one. I mean, that's like a third cover, but we only had that on for the first 72 hours. So that's gone now. People can't get that anymore. And we sold a ton.
That's good. Welcome to Hell. So I don't know. I feel like I want to ask you a bunch of questions of why Jack the Ripper looks the way he does. What's the mask all about and stuff like that. But I know that sometimes you don't want to give too much away.
I mean, the obvious one is nobody knew who he was. He wants to hide his identity, so he wears a mask. Is that mask important? Has it got a story behind it? I'm not telling you that.
No, that's good. That's good. I love the logo with the lamp and the blade with the Jack the Ripper Vampire Hunter. That's brilliant. This is so dynamic with the horse-drawn carriage just going through the streets with the splashing and stuff. So dynamic.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the big sort of cityscape of London, right in the bottom left-hand corner, you can actually see the carriage starting its journey down there.
Yeah, the woman stepping out on the street. Yeah.
No, on the actual thing itself, the actual city page, not the inset panel. See the little houses along the front.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see it now.
Yeah. So he starts his journey there. It's kind of, I was trying to do obviously it's impossible with the comic, but I was trying to do, like those opening shots of movies with one continuous. So this is like
inwards, yeah.
Yeah, so this is like the prologue. All the stuff that's on here at the moment is the prologue section of the book, which is, I mean, a couple of those are what I drew to show to Mandy to persuade her that we needed to do this book.
I'm sure as soon as she saw this, she went, "Okay,
yeah,
let's do this."
Exactly. Didn't take much persuading, but
yeah.
But I wanted to get proof of concept or whatever.
So are these gray tones digital, or are you doing those with
the gray tones are digital, but on those pages. But I am going to, the stuff I'm doing now is it's inked, and then I'm using. I was going to use washes, but you can't be I can't be as precise with the washes as I need to be.
Right.
So it's like pencil for the gray tones now. So all the stuff I'm doing from here on is Right. Although I do pencil digital, well, work out my stuff digitally, first, so I can screw around with like layouts and.
So is the character in the hat and the trench coat, is that our vampire?
That's the Highgate Vampire, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this is him like recruiting his security force.
Pretty much, yeah. That's that character there, the woman, that's Elizabeth Jackson. She's the first person to be buried at Highgate Cemetery. So she's the one she's like his, what would you call it? His main enforcer.
His number one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is she getting food right here, like from the window? Is this like pee and poo going flying out?
Yeah, pretty much. And a couple of young boys sat in the alleyway. They know what's going to happen. They know what's going to happen. She walks down, gets covered, so they're laughing at her. She's had a bad night already. She's not had many customers because she's obviously a prostitute. Things are going bad, and they go from bad to worse because she bumps into him.
Right. But maybe it's a better lifestyle. Who knows, right?
Well, when we pick it up later, like 50 years later, and he's sleeping, and she's been kicking around for 50 years. Yeah, it's better life than being a prostitute.
It worked out for her.
Yeah.
So I like this like little inset. Well, it's like going into the bloodstream, and you see the venom going into her. Yeah, that's really killer, man. This is great imagery.
It's all just my mind being weird. The stuff that goes through my mind.
But it's paying off, my friend. Okay, so this is them burying her, and then her coming back from the grave.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, on the pages above, if you scroll up, that's so that top right hand panel of that page, that is back in those times. They wouldn't really have the forensic science and stuff that they did now. I mean, it was the birth of it was round about then, because Jack the Ripper, that's what kind of spawned all this stuff, all the forensic science and whatnot. So back then they used to have these things called, it was a coroner's jury, where they'd just get people in off the street, and it'd be in the coroner's office. There'd be a body all mangled up on the thing and on the table, and these random people off the street would get to decide if it was murder or not, or what they thought just from looking at the corpse. So that's what that is, that scene there.
So they're freaked out when they see the puncture wounds on her neck. So they've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, well, it's that, and the guy, the police guy is just like, oh, sorry, the coroner. The coroner is the guy in the middle with the butcher's apron, because quite often the coroner was the local butcher. Victorians for you.
Yeah, that works out, I guess.
Yeah, so he's just like, she's a street trash, whatever. The rodents have been at her, Just, I mean, it's classic horror, so you need a little bit of, the old Hammer movies and whatever. It wasn't the most. They weren't the brightest of people. Some of the villagers and whatnot,
Right, and he had to get up early and cut up some cows so people could eat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This is just his side job. This is his hobby.
Pretty much.
Coroner is his hobby.
And quite often, the people that get into those coroner's juries to make the decisions, people would try and influence them So they'd like pick someone like, here's some money, say it was natural causes and stuff like that.
Right.
So it just, all very unscrupulous.
I like the graphics that you came up with too. The Jack the Ripper with the hat and the mask on with the scroll work here.
Oh yeah, the little
Yeah, I like all that stuff. It's part of the branding, you know.
This is it. Yeah, it all adds to it. It's all just
Yeah, it just fleshes it out, makes it more complete. Oh, this is a great graphic too, dude. You got some chops here. This is nice.
Yeah, stretch goals. So we were going to do trading cards, and obviously I'm thinking Jack the Ripper, Jack playing cards. So
Yeah.
Jack's the Jack, and then we've got that's the woman that we saw before. That's Elizabeth Jackson, but more vampire.
So as you guys finance or get to the stretch goals, you'll flip the card.
Flip the card, you'll get your ace, you'll get your other queens. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool, man.
So we can get all the main characters as
Have you sold this page yet? The cover?
Yeah. All the cover art and like the art I did for trading cards and whatnot, that all went on like the first day.
Wow, this is so
I think we've got one piece left on there at the moment, which is from the stretch goal we just unlocked.
So what are the stretch goals?
What?
Yeah, what are the stretch? Am I getting this? Is this shirt? This looks so cool, man. Yeah, what are the stretch goals? Because do you list them, or are they? Is it?
It's just cards? It's there on that. It's on that. It's cards. So each one's another card in the set, and then we're going to do. I think we're going to try and do something special for the last one, sort of thing. If we reach a certain amount. Okay. But it's all about the money, isn't it? You've got to make enough to be able to afford to do.
Right, to finance all the manufacturing. So are you kind of thinking that you'll have an entire deck of cards if you can keep going?
If we can keep going, yeah. We'll see where it leads to.
That'll be awesome, man. Can you imagine? It'd probably take 100K or more, and then they have an entire setup.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking if we get higher, then it won't just be one every time. We'll do. Reach a certain point and it'll unlock like 3 cards or whatever. But we need, I need to discuss that with Mandy more because money.
Yeah, money is a big thing. So this is original artwork too. Have you sold this piece yet?
Yeah. That's the original art for the cover that was a 72-hour variant.
Yeah, this is the first thing I saw. I think I saw this on Twitter.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, this is looking good. Look at that carpet, man. You're putting some love into this stuff.
Carpet and the chair behind him with all carved. And I found an account on Twitter called I can't remember what it's about Victorian stuff, and the show like sounds really boring, but they show furniture and like engraved silverware and all that kind of stuff. So I just look on there and find all these weird, intricate, engraved and carved things that I can put into the background of stuff.
Yeah, the only thing that becomes a pain is like if you have to do multiple shots of the chair. You know what I mean? Then
this is it. But I'm prepared to take that bullet.
Okay, so this is the Jack the Ripper with all the chicks.
This is actually. Because myself and Mandy are huge fans of the Darkness, the Sylvester's Darkness.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to say the rock band.
Oh, I know I'm a huge fan of the rock band as well, man.
Those guys are so great.
Yeah, seen them twice live. They were fantastic. Hilarious though, but
yeah.
So we're fans of the Darkness, and we were trying to think of what to do for this 72-hour variant. And one of the Darkness covers was Jackie Estaccato sat with a bunch of like half-naked women around him. So it's kind of an homage, but it's different. It's everything's different. I did do on Super Dead. We did a print of, and it was an homage to the Darkness #1.
Yeah.
But I kind of used the cover as the pencils and then inked over it for that one, and got a load of trouble from the SJWs and the idiots telling me I was tracing. So this time it's different.
So this time, no tracing. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. So then I'm really story oriented. So this makes me think like somehow Jack the Ripper's recruiting some of these ladies of the night.
Oh
So
no, this is just more of a
it's just fun, right?
one of those fun covers. Yeah,
Yeah.
that. In fact, that's what Mandy said when she suggested she loves all these kind of what if kind of weird fun covers
Yeah.
with just random stuff going on that wouldn't happen in the book.
Yeah, just to get some sexiness on some cover.
That's the other reason. Yeah.
Yeah. This T-shirt is incredible. So you did all the design work, the police news.
Did the design, but yeah, drew all that. The only thing that is kind of taken from something else, and I still drew it, but it's taken from something else, is where it says Grizzly Murder. That's from the original Jack the Ripper wanted poster from like the Victorian days. So
that makes it even better.
Yeah, and the police news thing is there was an old news header like that. It was an actual thing. That was a nightmare to recreate though, because like I say, I was trying because I got really paranoid about people saying, "Oh, he's just copied that, whatever." So I'll just like draw my own version instead now of everything, which doubles the time it takes to do it. But
but it's paying off. This is really, really cool. I dig this shirt, and so these are your previous campaigns.
Yeah.
So let's go over the tiers real quick. Let's go up to the top. I just have to congratulate you on the success. I mean, 22,540. That's incredible. 344 backers. What are you, 4 days into this now?
Fourth day now. I think we're just about to tick over to the 5th-ish, something like that.
Yeah. So so we have the featured perk is a tombstone box, everything. So why don't you explain what this is all about?
So that's both covers, both the colored one is going to be the Indigo exclusive cover. So this is the only time you'll get that one. If we do future, reprints or whatever, it might have the black and white cover that's there. That's what we're calling the standard cover. And then, and the color one is the exclusive one.
Okay, and then you get a sketch card with Mandy's artwork on it.
You get a sketch card from
your artwork.
Yeah. I've been like trying to do one of those every day. That kind of,
Yeah, that looks incredible. So here is the book tier. So this is the book itself.
That's just the main standard cover on its own. That one.
Okay, are these going to come signed?
We are talking about that at the moment, trying to figure out how we can do it, because obviously, 4,000 miles apart.
Yeah, and that can be very expensive trying to ship them back and forth.
Oh wow, yeah, exactly. But we've got to talk about it. I can't really say yes or no on that one yet.
Yeah, maybe
we're going to try
it. Yeah, if you could do it as a stretch goal, so maybe you could see how much it would be to ship it back and forth, and then kind of set that.
Or just fly out for a weekend.
Oh yeah.
And also, because we print through Mixam actually got, they've got offices and print shops in the UK and the States, so maybe there's something to work out there. I don't know. We'll see.
So, are you going to fulfill it, or is Mandy?
Mandy's fulfilling this one.
Okay.
So she's doing a lot of fulfilling this year.
There you go. Yeah. So this is so while you're drawing it, she'll be fulfilling it, or you'll have to finish the book first. But that's the trade-off as far as the workload.
Yeah, the way we're working things or trying to work things is while she's fulfilling the previous campaign, we start running the next one, and I'm working on it. So at the moment she's fulfilling Pirate Queen and Walk the Wizard.
Yeah, this is great. So here is the book cover B. So the one that you offered for 72 hours, which cover was that one?
Go back. If you go back up, it was just underneath the other covers. The one with the one sat in the chair, surrounded by the ladies. That one, you've just gone past it again. There you go.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, so it's
that
still
was
available.
no, it's gone. We should probably take that artwork down.
Oh, okay. So
Or leave it there so people kick themselves every time they scroll past it.
so there were only 4 offered and then 4 claimed. Is that how did that work?
Where are we looking now? We're looking at
Where is it? I don't see it.
the 72-hour variant. It's gone. It's been removed. We've done the
Oh, that's
72
what I'm
hours.
asking. Yeah. So
Oh
that.
right, sorry. No, yeah, that got only a few hours ago. She took it down.
Okay, because sometimes it goes into this frosted, area. So I was
Right, no, because it didn't run out. It wasn't like limited numbers. It was she had to turn the tier off and put another one up instead.
okay. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering just because I might do something like
And
that.
it did crazy well. It did. I mean, for us, it did like 200. I think I want to say 230.
That's great.
We sold of that one, and it massively outsold the other ones just on that first 72 hours.
That's a great idea too. To have them up there limited. So were they limited, or the timeline was the
It's
time?
just the time. It was just
limited?
I mean, we said 72 hours, but we kept it up a little bit longer. But then but it did well. It did well, so it was worth it.
Oh hell yeah, yeah.
It
So
kills
then,
me. It kind of kills me that it took me nearly as long to draw and color as it was available to buy. But yeah,
that's funny. Yeah, yeah. So then, man, the T-shirt. Only 2 claimed. This T-shirt looks great, you guys.
no, we've got it's there as an add-on as well. So we have sold more than just the 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and if you guys don't know what the add-on is, when you click on your perk and you go to checkout, it will suggest add-ons. So, do you have any more add-ons other than the
I think everything's available as an add-on.
Oh, killer.
Pretty much. So you could technically just pick up the main book and then just make your own sort of package.
Yeah, you can customize your orders, you guys. So it's kind of like customizing your own tier. So here's both covers, A and B.
Yeah.
For 50.
Again, that because we had the 3 covers because we had the 72-hour one, so that's what people were buying. We had a pack with all 3. So now that's gone. People are starting to buy the 2 one because while we've got the limited time one up, the other tiers like this one we're looking at now didn't really sell.
Okay.
Because you could get another book,
Right. So that was limited as well, right? With the 3.
Yeah.
Was that 72 hours as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you had the 3 books, and then you could get the books.
Yeah.
I'm writing all this stuff down, Peter. I'm taking notes.
It's like I was shocked when I looked at how many we'd sold. Yeah, it was okay. That works.
Yeah, because 200 for a variant order for print run isn't bad. I mean, it's expensive because it's it's only 200. But so are you? So when you said it's for 72 hours, so that cover will never be available again?
No.
Okay.
I know. As an artist, that kills me.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only thing I'm thinking that would hold me back. It's like, oh man, there would only be 200 of these books, and it took me 72 hours.
I should imagine that you would sell more than 200.
Who knows, man. But thanks for the confidence. So this is the Stuntman. So Stuntman is your production company, right?
Yeah. So that tier is that's all the books we do. At the moment, there are more coming, obviously.
So that's recently. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The Rocket Girl book I did that with Wyatt. That wasn't part of Stuntman Comics. That was me and Wyatt Holiday.
Okay.
But now Stuntman Comics are publishing Rocket Girl, so any future books will be through that as well, through the Stuntman Comics. So
it's 4 books. 4 books plus the Vampire Hunter book.
Yeah.
With the cover A on it. So this is pretty good. This is a good price.
Yeah. So you can pick up both the Walk the Wizard books. They are both the ones. That's the second one I drew, and the remastered version of the first book that I drew as well. That was that was a long campaign to draw. I mean, it's cartoony style, but it's like 100 and whatever pages by the end of it.
Yeah, I
120 odd.
dig the style, man. It's really cool. So the Portal of Echoes, that's the
That's the second. Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
So you get those, you get Super Dead, and you get Rocket Girl. But all those books are separately available as add-ons as well. So if you just want to pick up Rocket Girl or whatever, you can just.
So you got a lot of add-ons. Like you said, everything in the campaign you have available as an add-on. So this is Art Box. What is the Art Box?
That's both the covers and the interior page of the original art of the interior. So that's not bad. That's not a bad price. 2 books and an original page of art that looks like this.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, this is a great price. So the book,
stuff like that.
That's $50. So really, the artwork itself is $150, which is great with all this detail on it. Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, it's to be honest, the price. That's the price because when we've offered them on other campaigns before, they've not all sold, and we thought maybe we were asking too high a price. Don't know. So we lowered the price this time, and they're selling better.
Yeah.
Plus, we didn't expect this campaign to be as big as it is.
Yeah, it's weird. Like at this point in my career, I mean, because I got the T-Bear Vault, I got a lot of artwork. Yeah. I just want them to find a home. You know what I mean? That's the way I feel with my artwork. Yeah. If there's going to be somebody that's out there that's going to enjoy it, I would rather discount it. Well, I don't really discount, but you know what I mean? Like price to sell, I guess, is a better way to put it.
The way I figured it as well is they had to be drawn for the book anyway. So instead of having them just sat around here, I mean, I've got pages from Super Dead here still that didn't sell. So instead of just having them sitting around, that's pretty much what you just said. Let someone have them who wants them, who's going to, enjoy them.
Yeah, because the way I look at it is it's just kind of in a box in storage here.
Yeah.
But I know some people, this is what I think is so cool, is they put artwork in portfolios. So, most people that collect original artwork and read comic books have friends that do the same. And so, like you have friends come over for a barbecue or whatever. You have like a little coffee table book. You can put the art book. Well, it becomes like a coffee table art book.
Yeah.
Where you put the portfolio out there and then people can thumb through and see your original artwork collection. And I think that's fantastic. Like rich people do that. They go, hey, come on over and look at my Klimt or look at my, my Jackson Pollock or whatever.
Come over and look at my T-Bear.
Yeah. Or my, Peter Gilmore,
one day.
Yeah, but I'm sure that somebody's got like a combination of Peter Gilmore art and my art.
Oh, yeah. There's a few people out there.
Yeah. So that's the fun part of this. So let's look at the video here. Wow, that's so good. It's so damn good, man. Let me hit refresh, see if we got any backers. Yeah, you got a backer. Hooray.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
Perfect.
Excellent. It's strange because you know what it's like with the campaign. Maybe with your first campaign or whatever, but I still do it. I still get refresh the page. Just check. I'll just check. I'll just see. And it's like we did we did like $20 or $30 short of 10K on the first day, and then it just like stopped going up for like hours, and I was like, what's happened? Is that it? And then I realized that most of America was asleep. So that, yeah, everyone was sleeping.
Well, Kevin is going to probably have the biggest Comicsgate original art collection of all time, because he loves Comicsgate and he really loves collecting original artwork. So it found a good home, Peter. Your stuff found a good home. Yeah,
they're all going to be heading over to Mandy's this week at some point.
Sweet.
I've got a head on the art, and so I'm going to send a chunk of it over. I don't like sending.
Go ahead. I was going to say, how many pages do you have done?
We're about how many pages? I'm just trying to work out what the percentage is. It's about quarter done so far.
Sweet.
It's just I don't want to rush any of it, and I refuse to be, to think of the deadline. I know we kind of said we're shipping in November. Hopefully it'll be done before then, but I'd rather take my time and get it right.
I have a feeling this is going to be your big artistic breakthrough, because there's a lot of artists that have a lot of respect, and they were like, whoa, this is really good, man. Like they feel like you've been around, but like I said, for some reason, animation style or cartoon style, like people just discount it. They just like, oh, well, it's easy. But it's really not. Drawing is drawing.
This book is kind of, because on Super Dead, I'd never really drawn in what you'd call like an American comic style. Do you know what I mean? Right. I was more kind of cross-hatchy, kind of the weird European stuff. Us weirdos over here. So I'd never really drawn in that style. So that was a learning curve, Super Dead. And Mandy was invaluable on that one, because I'd turn in pages, she'd be like, nope. Nearly, but no. Which is, the first couple of times I'd be like, going into a rage and throwing things around. But she was right.
That's when it's good that you live, in different areas, so that you don't strangle each other. Like if you're in the same studio, you're like, you can physically hurt each other.
So that was kind of me learning to draw more in that style, like trying to not do. I was trying not to do the cross hatching and do more like spotting blacks and stuff, and like using more minimal lines. But now this book, this is kind of more myself. So that's combining that, the more American comic style, with my like the crazy detailed illustrations I used to do before. So it's like, a cross between the two.
It's totally working out, man. I mean, that's all this is you have all your influences, right? And most artists have many, many influences. And then you just kind of like sit down. And for me, I try not to think too much about it, and then just see what happens. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what I'm doing on this one. Yeah, just see where it goes. Yeah.
And then the hard part is at some point, the experimental phase is done, and then you have to pick the style. You know what I mean? Because then every page has to look, the same. That's the hardest part for me. That's where the discipline comes in, right? Where you have to pick a style, and then you have to then figure out how to draw in that style for 48 pages.
Yeah. I think I've got this one down. I think.
So far, the consistency is there, man, and I like the digital mist effects. That you're adding to it.
I could try and I could ink that, but it wouldn't quite look the same.
Yeah, what I was doing there towards the end for DC, and I did it a little bit with Black and White too, is I would try to emulate it or do it on the board, because I'm still an original art guy. Like I want people to get everything, when they buy the original. So what I would do is I would do a series of like grease pencil. You know what that is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of markers or whatever they're called. And so, I would do the gradients with that because unlike a gray pencil, it translates black. Like,
Yeah,
when you
I
print,
get you.
yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't, you don't get that gray tone. But if you do it, like lighter and then push down harder, you can get almost like a really light gray, and then you can go all the way to almost a complete black. But the good thing about it is you can never really get a full black because of the nature of the China marker and the paper.
Yeah.
There's always going to be like lapses of coverage. You know what I mean? And so there's still going to be that kind of like textured look. And so then I'll do that. And then what I do is I'll do the fingerprint thing where I dip it in white paint. Well, what I really do is I have a white brush, I have paint, and then I paint my finger, and then I'll dab it. I'll paint my finger, dab it, paint my finger, dab it. So then you can kind of start making these gradients, like these mist effects over black or over and stuff. And then what I do is, if I'm still not really happy with it, or the it's a little like the gradient is a little harsh, you know what I mean, from like light to dark. I want to make it more subtle. Then I'll go in digitally with a brush, a texture brush, and then I'll add like what you're doing with the mist and stuff like that. And it's just a great effect, and you're using it to the fullest extent because I don't know, you can't really do a Jack the Ripper story without mist, right?
I tell you
have
what,
to have that.
I'm now an expert at rainy, wet cobblestones at night with street lighting, with oldie timey street light. Yeah, I've gotten really good at that.
Right. I was gonna say, well, you live in Britain, so how close do you live where this took place? I mean, are you close to a city?
It's about, I think, 50 minutes on a train to get there. So
you have been.
Oh yeah. I've been and wandered around and looked. Yeah, it doesn't look like that anymore, unfortunately. A lot of it got destroyed in World War II. So the pesky Germans bombed the crap out of London. I mean, that first page in this book is very different from London. There was a lot of buildings that almost looked kind of Middle Eastern with weird like turrets and parapets and stuff on them. All those got flattened in the war. So
blasted.
So I had to kind of go, and there's maybe 4 photographs that exist of Victorian London from the angles I was wanting. Yeah, there's barely any. There's a lot of drawings, and you can't really trust the drawings because they used to elaborate things a lot and exaggerate things a lot.
Yeah.
So I kind of had to get the existing photos, and then as I was drawing them, kind of change this perspective in my head. By the end of it, I was like twitching in one eye.
You feel like you're going buggy sometimes when you get a bunch of detail. But where I was going with that is where you live, it rains a lot. So the thing is, you're kind of used to, like, most of like drawing is observation, right? You see things and then you remember them and stuff like that. So one of the things I was really taken by is the way you're inking things to make it look wet. It's not that easy. You know what I mean? So that all the cobblestone things like that. I mean, even in the black and white versions, it looks wet. Like it looks like it either just rained or
it is
raining.
I don't use whiteout or anything like that either. So I'm literally just doing it, putting the black in.
I think it's because, I mean, it's done so well. I think it's because you've lived it. You've seen it.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of cobble streets around here in the older parts of town and whatever.
Yeah.
So I've seen. Usually, I'm drunk. At night time wandering down the usually.
Well, sometimes when you're drunk or high, it becomes hypnotic. So you remember it just because you're overly studying it. You're like,
it's almost like I find it's almost like drawing like an ocean sunset. The way the sun goes across the waves. It's exactly the same thing, really, except you have to put the lines between the cobbles.
Right.
I did it when I first did it. It was like I was drawing the cobbles, the lines across, and then the lines down, and it just looked terrible.
The way you're doing it though, it's kind of like it looks just like you're just putting wet brush strokes down.
That's,
For like the way the light's hitting it. Like let's say it's one cobblestone, you're just kind of boom hitting like
you just do that with a couple of little bits of
right. But the way you're doing it, it looks wet, and it also because it's all about light hitting it too. So when the light hits it, then it obscures some of the detail, and then and the detail starts forming when it goes into the shadows. I don't know, dude. It's really brilliantly done, and I really do appreciate it. And I am starting to just become a big, huge Kami Mark fan. So
yeah, I'm going to be on with my CG UK people later this evening.
Yeah, I have to say, Kami, I'm just going to call you Mark. Is the humor was like, I always go this way when I first see something that I don't quite get. I go, it's either genius or it's just pure stupidity, right? And so I never fully judge going into it though, but I always have that chambered, right? I always think like it's one or the other. And so I was like, I started really watching his live streams. I think my first introduction was I was on a live stream with him, and that's the worst, right? Because you're just kind of going, what is this for real? Is this sincere? Is this an act? I don't know what's going on. And then after I came to terms with it and I figured it out, I was like, holy shit, this is genius. This is like what is that guy's name? He was on the show Taxi. I don't know if you guys got that. The comedian.
Yes.
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman,
he's Kami Mark is the Andy Kaufman of Comicsgate.
Don't tell him that. Don't tell him.
His head will swell.
Yeah, that's it. That's going to be a quote now. That you'll do that as a quote over a picture of you on Twitter. Saying,
well, if he wants to say, RT Bear says he's the Andy Kaufman of Comicsgate.
Kami Mark is the Andy Kaufman of RT Bear 2021.
Quote. 2021. Yeah, exactly. But do you have any parting shots? Do you have any thing that you would like to have people?
I mean, if you've not checked the book out, go and check it out. Grab yourself some original art because it's really cheap. Follow me on Twitter at Peter Gilmore Art. And don't.
I know you go on YouTube with Mandy a lot. Do you have a YouTube channel as well?
I don't use it. I don't have time. I've got a Mandy.
You're great. You're great on Mandy's show, man. Yeah, I think you guys make a great. You're like old school. You're like Johnny Carson with Ed McMahon.
Yeah. Am I the idiot? I think I'm the idiot.
No, I don't think either one of those two were idiots. I think they were
both absolutely not.
Yeah. I think the way it goes is one becomes the straight man and one becomes like the obvious, comedian, right? But never underestimate the straight man because they're the ones that keep things on track, and that's hard to do.
I think with Mandy, I'm the butt of the jokes, pretty much. Which is fine. It's fine.
Well, on most live streams, I'm the butt of the jokes as well. Yeah, but I don't care. I think it's part of what defines us, right?
People don't expect too much then.
Yeah, underestimate you, and then when you come out with Jack the Ripper Vampire Hunter, everybody's like, "Oh, where'd that shit come from?" Yeah. So you guys, this is Black and White Volume 2, Man versus Machine. In a world where law and order is often blurred to gray, justice can only be black and white. Come by, sign up. It only takes a few minutes. And for that sign up, you can get a free trading card. And this is the artwork that is going to be made into the trading card.
Nice.
Also, early bird specials. So you'll get early notification. And so you can go in there and scarf up all the exclusives and early bird specials. I am seriously going to think about what Peter and Mandy did with that 72-hour variant cover. I might make it a little bit longer.
You could even do, if you didn't want to do an entire, you could even do like just a black and white line art version for 72 hours.
That's true. Yeah. I think for me, it mostly comes down to just print runs. The larger the print run is, the less expensive the book is. And so I did variants for Chrono Mechanics. but I overprinted the variants so I could get the price break on them. And then I was thinking then I could use those in other campaigns. But if it's a 72-hour exclusive, then, once it's done, it's done. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's a risk. It's a really take the risk. Really do it.
You guys sold 200 books. That's
I mean,
great, man.
If you scale that up to like the level that your campaigns do, you'll sell a lot more than 200. I guarantee it.
We'll see. We'll see.
It's an experiment. You're gonna have to bite the bullet and try it.
Oh my gosh! Thank you for saying that, Seven. Because I was like, yeah, he kind of looks like Mick Fleetwood. Are you tall? Because Mick Fleetwood's a giant.
I'm not as tall as him. He's pushing 7 foot or something. And
I'm like
6'4".
7, 6'8". What are you?
6'4". 6'4".
That's still tall by my standards.
Oh, I know people like 7 foot guys. So
yeah. The Martin Lewis. Yeah, I was thinking that as well. So you get the overt comedian, and then you have the straight man that kind of brings things. Brings things and focuses them and keeps it moving forward.
Yeah, with Mandy, it's weird. I'm the butt of the jokes, but I'm also the grumpy straight man. So I don't know how that works out. I think I'm the butt of the jokes because people enjoy it because they think I'm grumpy and I hate it. Don't tell them. I've actually got a sense of humor and it's fun. But
well, you obviously have a sense of humor because you drew this.
No,
if it's coming in late, I absolutely dig this drawing. So this is the more cartoony side of Peter Gilmore.
Yeah.
That face is. This is me at the beginning of every live stream. This is the face. Yeah. Ooh, what?
That's you jumping into Ethan's stream.
Exactly. Yeah. What's going on? I got to try to play catch up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what, Peter? Anything you and Mandy need, just let me know. The campaign looks fantastic. That's Jack the Ripper Vampire Hunter. Let me do this. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But let's see. Well, wait, I can do it this way. Let me see here.
What's he doing? Drum roll.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if you went up or not. So 3, 4, 5, and 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so you're you got the backer today. Yeah, so that's really good. That's really cool. Yeah, and like I said, anything you need, just let me know, and I'll be there for you guys. The campaign looks fantastic. I think you're off to a great start. The original artwork looks amazing. So keep up the good work, and we'll be in touch for sure.
Yeah, excellent.
And you guys, tonight is a pontificators night, so it's Wednesday, and we got a good topic. We're going to get into the whole Frank Miller getting canceled from the con, and I think we're going to talk about Frank Miller's career a little bit, because there's been some controversy along the way as well with that guy. So we're going to get into it. So we're going to talk it to death for about two hours or so. And I think we got a new cast of characters. So we got Clint Halinsky that's coming in.
Clint,
tonight.
Yeah.
We got Peter Alterna, Samedi coming in. Yeah, and then we got the regular cast with Todd Mulrooney and stuff like that. So also, I just thought about this, you guys. Pray for a speedy recovery with Joe Thunderbuns Fulton. He's in the hospital right now. He's a fighter. I'm sure he'll be okay. But in the meantime, it's putting a lot of stress and strain on his family. And, if Peter's like me, every day I can't draw or create is a day in hell. So, this guy he's stuck in bed. He can't really do much of anything. So let's pray for him. Well wishes to Joe. Speedy recovery, my friend. So there you go. All right, man. Well, take care, and we'll see you later.